You choose DaVinci Resolve? Excellent! If you haven't downloaded it yet, you can grab it right off the Blackmagic website. Now, DaVinci does have a paid version, but downloading the free edition gives you about 90% of all its awesome features, which is honestly more than enough to get started. Once you install and launch the app, this project manager window will pop up. Just hit New Project, name it whatever you want, pick where you want to save it, and click Create. Now you are looking at the main interface. Resolve can look pretty overwhelming with all these tabs and buttons, but it's actually super simple once you get the hang of it. At the bottom, you will find different workspace for different steps of editing. Media is where you organize your files. Cut is for quick trims. Edit is your main workspace for building your video. Motion is for visual effects and motion graphics. Color is famous for color grading. Firelight is for polishing your audio. Deliver is where you export your final file. And in Resolve 21, there's even a new photo tab to quickly edit, crop, and fix still pictures right inside your project. But if you want to keep things easy, you can honestly stay in the Edit tab and do almost everything right there. Before we start editing, let's set up your project properly. Click the gear icon at the bottom right. Here, you want to match your project setting with the video clips you film. If you shoot in standard HD, pick 1080. If you shot in 4K, go for 2160. For my project, my footage is standard HD, so I will stick with 1080. Set up your frame rate to match your video. Once that's set, hit save. Now it's time to bring your video files. Look at the top left corner for the media pool. If you don't see it, just click the button to open it. From here, simply drag and drop your video clips straight into the box. If a message pops up asking to match the project frame rate, just click Change. That way, everything stays smooth and consistent. To preview any clip, double-click it in the media pool and drag your mouse left and right across the preview screen to check your footage. You can see in the top bar there is Save Area Guides that it will help you, and there is a proxy option for you. And this is the custom project setting, some of shortcuts you need to know. Let's start assembling your video. Drag a clip from your media pool down onto the timeline. On your timeline, the blue blocks are your video clips, and the green blocks below them are your audio tracks. You can zoom in and out of your timeline using the plus and minus icon, or drag the track divider up and down to make your video and audio track taller and easier to see. When you're trimming your clips, make sure the link section magnet icon is turned on. This locks your video and audio together as a one piece. That way, when you grab the play tool or press B on your keyboard and make a cut, it slices through both picture and the sound at the same time. Select any unwanted clip and hit delete to remove it. Just remember, as soon as you're done cutting, press A to switch back to the pointer tool. Now, what if you have a B-roll clip where you only want the video, but the background noise is messy? That's easy. Turn link section off. Now you can click just the green audio bar underneath your B-roll. Hit delete and keep your main video clean without losing the picture. To add background music, simply drag your music file directly onto the new line in the timeline. When it's there, play it back. It's probably going to sound way too loud compared to your first audio. To lower the volume, hover your mouse over the thin white line running across the audio clip. That's your volume slider. Click and drag it down until it sits around -20 dB to -25 dB, so the music stays quietly in the background without drowning out your voice. If you want the music to fade in smoothly at the start, look for the tiny white square marker at the top left corner of the audio clip. Drag that marker to the right to create an instant fade-in. To control how fast your audio fades in or out, simply hold Option or Alt and drag the curve marker to fine-tune this shape. Keep an eye on the audio meter on the right side while your video plays. You want your voice to sit around -10 dB mark. Hitting -5 dB on louder words is fine, but never let it touch 0, or your audio will sound harsh and distort. Also, you can make a keyframe on your audio. You can press Option and click the audio line, and you can just adjust it for the specific reason. Click the Effects tab at the top left, select Titles, and hover your mouse over the option to preview how they animate. When you find one you like, drag it onto your timeline and place it on the track above your video clip. Click the title, then use the Inspector panel on the top right to change the text, font size, and color. If you want to add a smooth transition between two clips, go back to Effects, open Video Transition, and drag your favorite transition right onto the beginning of the clip or the intersection where the two clips meet. If DaVinci won't let you add a transition between two clips, it means there's no extra footage left at the cut point. Just trim a fraction of a second of the end of the first clip and the beginning of the second clip to give the transition enough room to work. Let's do some quick color adjustment. DaVinci Resolve is famous for color grading, so the color page has tons of advanced tools, but you can keep it super simple as a beginner. Select your clip, look at the color wheel, and tweak a few basic controls. Start by adjusting temperature slider if your shot looks too cold and blue or too warm and orange. Slide it back and forth until skin tone looks natural. Dial in the contrast to balance the overall punchiness of your shot. Lift the shadow slider to recover missing details in the darker area of your frame, and pull down the highlight slider if bright spotlight, windows, or the sky look blown out. Finally, give the color boost slider a subtle nudge at the end to make your colors pop without making everything look fake. You can press P on your keyboard to enter a full screen preview. To quickly see the difference, press Shift+D to bypass all your color grading and fusion effects. Once your edit is completely finished, head over to the Deliver tab at the bottom to export your video. First, set where your video starts and ends by dragging your playhead to the very beginning and pressing I on your keyboard for your in point. Then, moving to the end of your edit and pressing O for your out point. There are plenty of export presets for different use cases, but it's usually best to stick with custom export. Next, give your video a file name and choose where to save it on your computer. Over on the left menu, click the format and codec if needed, or just leave them as a default, and double check that your resolution and frame rate match your project settings. Finally, click Add to Render Queue and hit Render All. And that's how you edit a complete high-quality video in DaVinci Resolve without paying any single dollar. If this video helped you out, leave a comment down below, hit subscribe for more tips, and I will see you in the next one.